Black Ops 7 is out tomorrow. I am super excited. Well, it's out tomorrow if you're in New Zealand, which I assume most of you are from New Zealand. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just look it up online and I'm sure you'll figure it out. But anyways, yeah, Black Ops 7 is out tomorrow for New Zealand. For the rest of the world, it'll be out a little bit later in the day, leading towards Friday mainly. Actually, I think it is Friday for most people. I think New Zealand's the only country that gets it tomorrow. But regardless, I'm waffling. Let me start again. We're going to be going through the camos. The camos, the important part of the game at the start, and I'm going to give my general tips and tricks of how you guys could hit the camos as quick as possible if that's what you're trying to do. So we haven't actually got the game yet, but based on the beta and just the way Call of Duty camos have been the last 15 years, these are a couple of easy tips and tricks that I've accumulated over the years that have allowed me to progress faster when going for the camo grind. This year I'm actually going to complete it off the break, try to really go for it, and you guys will be able to watch it live on stream. But number one is, when you're playing at the start, you are going to have every weapon level 1. Okay, so let's just say you start off with, we're going to use Black Ops 6 weapons as an example just for reference. Let's say you start off and you're like, right, I'm going to do the submachine guns. Okay, so you're going to start off and you're working with the first submachine gun, which is a C9. So you're going through the C9 and you're doing the normal challenges. That's fine. What I would always recommend for your secondary is to have a launcher. The launcher is the camo that I think takes the longest, and it's something that you can kind of do naturally as you just do your assault rifles and your primary weapons. If you have it on your secondary and you actively think about it, you kind of just play your normal game, and let's say you see someone get a UAV, let me get my launcher out, or situations like that. And what would happen is, over time, you start to pick up your launcher camos without really stressing over it. So that's one tip, is just to use your launcher camo when you can. I feel like it's a really good way to not stress over the launchers. The other thing I would say on that as well is, this is kind of something I've liked to do over the years. You don't have to do this, but I personally like to do this as a little tip. When you're playing, let's just say sometimes, okay, you're using the C9, right? And you kill someone and you can see that they have a pretty stacked M4. You kill him, you got a pretty stacked M4. Sometimes pick up their good weapons, because now for the rest of your life, let's say you play with the M4 now, you're going to be leveling up your M4 without using the base weapon. So if you keep playing like this, let's say you go through, you use your normal weapon, and occasionally like you pick up another weapon, throughout the weapons as you progress, you're going to be leveling up other weapons. And then eventually, the best case scenario is, once you've got say 3 or 4 weapons to gold, you should actually have your other weapons already leveled up to a point where you have some base attachments, and that's going to be really good to just get your progression going. So let's just say you just use the XM4 and you don't use any other weapon. As soon as you leveled up and you've got your XM4 gold, then you move over to say the Jackal, whatever the gun is going to be in Black Ops 7, let's say the MSMC, you're then going to have no attachments. So I just feel like it's a good way of just kind of getting your attachments up a little bit. The other thing is double weapon XP. That's going to carry over from Black Ops 6, so make sure you use it. Now, in terms of headshots is the main challenge for most of the weapons, and I've got a few really easy ways to get more headshots. One easiest way for sure, play hardcore. This is again something, if you're going strictly for headshots, I would say hardcore is the most efficient way. When you play hardcore, what happens is headshots are 1 bullet kills, body shots are, depending on the weapon, 1 or sometimes can be 2, but basically your health is down to like 10% or 1%, whatever it is in hardcore. So most of the time you're going to kill people in 1 shot. So the reason why it's so good is because you can then focus on the head, and if you shoot the opponent once, you're going to get instant headshot. So it just allows you to be a little bit more focused. So I personally like to run hardcore, and I also like to run a sight on my weapon. The reason why I like to run a sight is just for that extra bit of clarity. If you run an iron sight, it's fine, but sometimes you want to have a red dot to really focus on the actual headshot, and I just feel like it makes me personally a little bit more accurate. Another tip, and this applies more for, I would say, core than hardcore, is running concussion grenades. I used to do this a lot back in the day. This is kind of what I, especially for my submachine guns, what I would do is, because hardcore can get a little bit boring sometimes, I personally prefer core. So you want to find a balance between going for camos as fast as possible and also having fun in the game. So you want to find a perfect balance. So if you're going strictly camos, purely camos, straight for business, I would say hardcore is the way to go. If you want to go for a more fun option, I would say if you go to core, put on a laser on your weapon if you're running a sub and a sight, run around and use stuff like gung-ho, so you can run around and hip fire. Again, hip firing allows you to just be more up close and personal and just straight for the head. And what I like to do is run the wild card that gives me 2 stun grenades. And then what I'll do is, let's say I know someone's in a room, I'll just chuck a stun, slide cancel in, or a flash, whatever you want to do, and you basically get like a free kill, and you could prioritize the headshots. You'll be surprised how much easier it is when someone's stunned to just get a headshot, and you could really stack them a game. You could get like honestly between like 15 and 20 in a really good game, and then over a couple of games you're gonna get gold very quickly, and it still allows you to have fun with the game because you're going through, but you're just able to actually get the headshots. As well as that, I would use like UAV, counter UAV, harp, just go for like those more support score streaks as a basis, just to give you that advantage in terms of actually picking up information where people are, stuff like that. As well as that, I would use a suppressor. Suppressor's really good because you could be behind people. You want to get free kills, so you could be hiding in corners, using a UAV, letting them run past you, get a free headshot. Just kind of play smart to get those headshots. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, hardcore for sure, definitely the way to go. Switching weapons, like I mentioned, you want to make sure once your weapon's leveled up and you got it, just switch it, even if it's fun to use. I just think camos at the start is just, it's easier to just get everything going at once. Another thing, if you're a little bit more patient, and this is something that I probably should have done in Black Ops 6, so this is why I like to talk about it. Season 1 is not going to take long to come out. It's going to be out in a few weeks. So what you can do is get like all your assault rifles, get all the camos for all the assault rifles, because they're easy to do relatively, because they're good guns, right? Submachine guns, get all your camos. Pistols, they're still relatively okay, get all your camos. Battle rifles, LMGs, marksman rifles, they're all okay. I would say even snipers, to an extent, you could probably get away with getting camos. I would say if you really don't want to get the melees or the launchers, you could get away with not doing them. And then as soon as like season 1 drops, they normally bring in more weapons, right? So they're obviously going to bring in a sub or an AR. So you now have another weapon that you could get camos for that contribute to dark matter. So for example, right now, if I look at the game, I'm on Black Ops 6. You won't be able to see it, but I'm on Black Ops 6. To get dark matter, you needed to get, or dark span, you needed to get the diamond camo on 33 weapons, okay? In terms of weapons that came out after the game was originally out, for assault rifles, we had the Merrick, the ABR, the FFAR, the Kilo, the CR, the Cypher, the Krig. I don't know if the Krig was, I think the Krig came out in season 1. So 1, 2, 3, let's just assume they're all new, right? 7 ARs. So that's 7 extra weapons you can now get camos for. Same for the submachine guns. There were so many subs that got added into the game. So now you're like, oh, okay, cool, I have more subs. And I just feel like that just makes it easier. The Dresden, the Ladra, the LC10, the PPSH, the Sorg, these were all added into the game. So now there's like an extra 11 weapons. So you don't have to get your launchers or your melees if you want to wait a little bit. And that's kind of the main thing. But the camo grind is extremely fun. You can make it fun. And yeah, I'm excited to do some more in-depth guides on specific camos. Let me know what you guys want to see, because obviously Black Ops 7 is out tomorrow. So I'm kind of ready for it. I'm ready, and I want to give you guys content that you want to see as well. So please let me know anything specific that you guys you want to get ahead of things, and I'll make sure to make some videos for that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and like I said, Black Ops 7 is out tomorrow. We will be live on Twitch, so if you guys look down to the description, you'll see my Twitch there. We will be live on Twitch. YouTube, I'm not too sure if I'll be live just yet, but I'm looking forward to it for sure, and I'm super ready. So let me know what you want to see, and I got you guys. Catch you guys for the video tomorrow. Boost.